Quick disclaimer here before the video starts. I need to say that this video is made for educational purposes, documentary purposes, and news purposes. This is also my medical prescription that I am legally medically prescribed here in the UK, which everyone should be able to have access to be able to look at to see what I have. So YouTube, please don't restrict this video. This is a medical video. Thank you. Yo, I'm Drew, and today I just got my new prescription, and this month I have a lot. I've got these 4 here, and I've got these 2 here. So we've got a lot to go through today. And out of all 6 of these, 4 of them claim 30% or above. And if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you know that we have never had anything actually legitimately test at 30% on my tester. Now, when it comes to medicals, they are allowed 10% leeway of their results. So if they're claiming 30, could come up 27, but one of these claims 33%. So that should mean we will hit 30% today. I'm going to switch up the way I do this medical video compared to normal. I'm hoping you guys prefer it in this style, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys all of the nugs. We're going to test them. We're also going to have my first impressions, opening them up, having a smell, but I'm not going to try them here. I'm not going to consume them. Then throughout the next couple of days, I'm going to release a short review individually on each of these to then send people back to this video to actually see the nugs. If you're coming into this video thinking, what? Medical in the UK? How? Well, everything in the UK is done by private clinics. The clinic that I'm personally with is ManMedica. I've been with them for like a year now, and it is the best clinic in my opinion. I was with another clinic before them, and it is a world of difference being with ManMedica, but I always suggest people to go on medbud.wiki, and you can find the clinic that works best for you. They all have different price points and different eligibility requirements. I guess we should get into this and open some of these up. The one thing I will also need to say here is these are 4 of the Peace Naturals, and I know some people might be like, hey Drew, how do you have these Peace Naturals? I swear they went out of stock like 2 weeks ago. I put in my script for this 2 weeks ago, and I only just paid for it like a couple days ago. But these Peace Naturals, probably the most requested thing to ever look at on the channel. So in the Peace Naturals, we've got GMO cookies that claims 30%, a wedding cake that claims 27%, an atomic sour grapefruit that also claims 30%, and a space cake that claims 30%. Then I also got this green carrot supreme diesel. This claims 29%. And finally, I have this HGH, which claims 33%. Let's start things off with this 27% wedding cake. I'm a big fan of wedding cake, so let's see if this is looking like what I'm expecting it to look like. It looks and smells like wedding cake. Looks wise on this, looks really good. Some nice solid nugs in there, smelling like a proper wedding cake. It's kind of weird. It's not crazy in the smell, but it doesn't smell bad. Almost slightly soury smelling for a wedding cake, for what I know wedding cake to be. For a UK medical, this looks and smells really good, but let's test it and see if it's actually 27%. 26 is what my tester's saying. Claims 27. Seems pretty accurate. Next, let's have a look at this GMO cookies claiming 30%. I do love myself a bit of GMO. Oh. Especially in the vape, all right? Obviously, you're supposed to vape your medical cannabis, which I hope everyone who watching this is. But this, so good in the vape. The GMO, you get so many bags out of a Volcano vape. Ooh. Oh, shit! This is the best GMO I have seen on UK medical by far. I mean, I hope that it holds up, but looks-wise, smell-wise, blows every other GMO out of the water. That smells lovely. It's like super musky with that undertone of cookies. Really nice smelling. But let's test it and see if it's hitting 30%. We have a few attempts to hit 30% in this video. I mean, looking at it, I don't know. 27. This is what I mean, like if it's averaging out at 27, they can just claim 30, right? But let's test a couple other nugs, see if we can get it at 30. 27 again. 26. So the 30% GMO, not quite 30%. Pretty close though. All right, atomic sour grapefruit. I have no idea what this is. It's not something I would normally get, but I figured if I'm gonna get all the Peace Naturals, I may as well try it. I just looked this up and it's SFVOG cross Chemdog. That sounds lovely. Why did they call it grapefruit? Either way, it's claiming 30%. Let's have a little look. Yeah. It's so gassy. That is like raw fuel gas terp. I kind of understand why they added the grapefruit into it, whoever actually named the strain, because there is like a slight zesty fruitiness to it, which is really strange considering Chemdog and SFV. How is there a fruity flavor? But right now, this Peace Naturals, all of the Peace Naturals we've looked at have been really, really good quality. This is crazy, but claims 30%. Let's see what this is actually coming out to. This looks way more likely to actually hit 30%. 27 again. Look, we'll give it some more tests and see if we can get a 30 out of it. 26. 26 again. 26 again. Well, we still got 3 more left, and there's 2 more chances to get a 30% result. So we got one last Peace Naturals one, also claims 30%. This is Space Cake. This is looking pretty similar to the GMO, like the nug structure, the way it looks, the colors on it. Super similar to the GMO. The smell is different though. The smell is still almost on that same like musky cookies vibe. There's like a sweetness to this one with like a tinge of sour as well. Like it's a bit different. Interesting. Smells really, really good. Again, I'm super impressed with these Peace Naturals. Claims 30%. Let's have a little look at what it actually is. 27. Well, let's test it a couple more times. 25. 27 again. Okay, so we still got these 2 to go, but I just want to mention something on the Peace Naturals quick, which is obviously we didn't get a 30% result from them. 27, super close. It's basically 30. Are you going to notice a difference between a 27 and a 30? Probably not. But let's just think about this logically for a second. How is a brand going to get 3 different things all in one drop, averaging at 30%? Realistically, is that going to happen? Probably not. Maybe, like, obviously, if they're coming up 27, I don't doubt that they've got batches and got nugs of certain plants that are coming up 30, but I doubt if you average these, then they would come up 30. I mean, I can't even get it to come above 27. So, we got these 2 left. We'll save the 33% for last, so that means we need to look at this Supreme Diesel. We're expecting it to be kind of diesel-y, right? Like you would hope it to be diesel-y. Claims 29%, and it's by Green Carrot, which before Peace Naturals was one of the most highly rated brands on all of UK medical markets. So let's have a little look. Ah, much nicer to take the top off that one. I don't know. I'm in 2 minds about it. In one sense, it smells very strong, and it does have a diesel-y smell to it. But there's this undertone of something that I really don't like. There's just this weird earthy undertone. It's not like a normal earthy undertone, and it's not very nice. But there is a big diesel-y taste to it. Well, smell to it. I haven't tasted it, but there's a big diesel-y smell to it. So I'm 50-50 on the smell with this one. I'm not too sure. Nugs-wise, nugs are looking great. Super healthy, nice and big. Feel nice, they look nice. So let's test it, see if it's actually hitting 29%. When I broke up the nug, 26% on this one. I was also just saying that when I broke the nug to test it, it smelled great. It smells way better when you crack the nug. 27, 26. 27 again. So this is the most accurate one so far. Claims 29 and an average of 27. That's only 2% difference. And there isn't any date on here for when this was packaged. So you do have to remember, it does lose potency over time. When it was packaged, maybe it was hitting exactly 29, but still really accurate claim. And that leaves us with one left. The HGH that claims 33%. So if this is following the guidelines and it's actually doing everything properly, it should be minimum 30%, right? They only get a 10% tolerance, so I'm not hopeful. But let's have a look. This smells like the most generic thing that I've smelt so far, and not only that, there is no chance this is hitting 33%. Bro, like, look at some of these nugs, man. There's not a chance. Not a chance. Like, I reckon this would be lucky if it hits 25. Some of these nugs literally have like a full-on bit of leaf on it, like straight up. I'm obviously trying to pick out the best looking ones to test as well. Like, I'm not testing the really bad looking ones. 27? Not... honestly, way higher than I thought by looking at the nugs. Still isn't 33%. Okay, 27 again. 29! Oh, damn! Oh, damn! That's crazy! 29! That's the highest I've ever had on the tester. That matches the highest. We've only had one test hit 29 before. That's crazy, because this, for real, looked like the worst one out of all of them. Looked like there was not a chance that it was going to hit 30. I'm going to test a couple more right now, see if we can actually hit that 30. 28? 28? 29 again? Well, I won't bore you with all the tests, but I could not get it to come up 30. The only thing I could get it to come up at is 29, which is still the highest out of everything we've had here. But I would say that out of all of these, this is probably the worst looking and smelling one. Again, I have not tried any of these. I'm only basing it off my first impressions, but This by far looks like the worst, even though it's going to be the highest percent. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe hit the subscribe button. That way you can see whenever I post a new video once again. And sometimes YouTube isn't the best at showing these types of videos to you, especially if I show flour in them like I did today. I reckon this video will absolutely tank and do terribly until I release the short reviews to go along with it, because then people will actually be able to see this video. The reason I don't show flour in videos most of the time is because it just gets shadow banned. It doesn't show in recommendations at all. So obviously I can do it with stuff like this because I'm going to have 6 YouTube shorts which link to this video. Yeah, maybe we do the medical videos like this in the future. Maybe you enjoyed it. Hopefully you did. Maybe hit the like button as well. See you guys in the next one. Peace.